tougher than Jennifer. The grass court favors the power. On a clay court, Jennifer could get every serve back because power wasn't a factor.
Let first serve.
You think we'll see many points of that length, Chris?
You know what I do think you're going to see is whoever takes control of the point, the first or second shot, whether it's the serve or the return, whoever dominates those shots is really going to dictate the point and have the best chance. You don't really want to be on the defensive in this match.
And a foot fault on second serve. And Serena just hands on hips with a glare away from
Well,
the line.
it's rare to see a foot fault, especially if you're not serving and volleying.
So 30 all.
We've seen the power from Serena Williams, and we know it's the best part of her game, but we've also seen her spray a lot of balls in matches.
It's hard at this stage to push Jennifer Capriati back and off balance as Serena just did.
Right. Very few players can do that, especially the way Jennifer's moving these days.
So Serena Williams survives that double fault and holds in her first service game.
First game.
Now I'm looking to see if Richard's doing commentary today. It doesn't look it. Yesterday during Serena's match on court 18, Richard Williams sat in the box and had a microphone. Looked like a little portable recording device.
Or he was trying to get a job with NBC, one of the two. But,
oh, no, look at this.
Oh, he's taking pictures now. Yes, he's supposedly doing a documentary on his life. And there's Stefano Capriati. It's going to be a tense day for the dads, I'm afraid. They both have the role of coach and father. It's a difficult one.
Also a day for Richard Williams where he's going to be dashing back and forth, trying to make sure he watches both daughters. Venus Williams playing Natalie Toziat today.
I would think Venus would have a little easier time than Serena today.
15.
But the court looks good. That's why you're going to have a lot of good baseline rallies, very few bad bounces. If you can see the middle of the court, it's not as chewed up as in previous years. It doesn't seem to be as many volleyers in the men's also, as well as the women's event. Oh, Serena looked like she went right for Jennifer there, right down the middle of the court. Two net courts.
Yeah.
Pretty lucky that point. And once again, another one right here. She went right for Jennifer.
So the double now gives Serena Williams 2 break points. Oh, Serena Williams.
Big forehand from Serena. Big loopy backswing, a lot of power.
Miss Williams leads 2 games to love.
So an early break and a statement by Serena. If we take a look at the 8 remaining ladies, of course, a past champion, Conchita Martinez, playing Justine Henin.
That's the weakest match, I think, right there, because that's where Martina Hingis, when she lost, that whole side of the draw opened up. And then the toughest, of course, this match, Capriati, Williams.
Well, 3 past champions in the women's field. Martinez, Davenport, and Venus Williams.
But this match is worthy of a final. I mean, this could be a final in any other tournament, in any other Grand Slam.
Love 50.
Serena's forehand. That's the side that she's going to hit more winners, but she's also going to make more errors, and that side cracks.
Is that the side you would think Capriati would hit to?
She has been hitting her forehand. That's why Serena's been definitely hitting more forehands than backhands so far. The backhand's more of a dependable shot for her. And she has known to get tight. I mean, she has choked a few matches in her career when she was younger, starting, you know, not having a lot of experience. I think that's the big difference between Venus and Serena. Venus, you know, has more control and plays the big points and the pressure situations a lot better. Serena's still in the learning category because she's younger, but she has definitely showed some nerves in these matches.
Quickly, the glove 40 for Capriati. Of course, this is only the 6th event that Serena Williams has played this year. It continues to astound that both Serena and Venus can play much less tennis than most of their peers, yet be serious contenders whenever they do show.
Well, I think they're trying to prove. I know Richard Williams has gone on the record saying, you know, my girls can play fewer tournaments, but because they practice and they're such great athletes, they can get away with it. But I don't think that's been true so far this year.
15.
I mean, she's pulled out. She pulled out in Paris for fatigue. She pulled out in Scottsdale because of the flu. Then she had a nagging knee injury. She really didn't play a tournament again until the French Open. That's not a lot of tennis.
And the only players who have beaten Serena this year are Martina Hingis and Jennifer Capriati. Twice each. And there's the break back. Very important for Jennifer Capriati. Back on serve in the first set of our ladies quarterfinal. Finals, runs into Jennifer Capriati, loses in 3 sets, and took time to reminisce on the eve of this meeting about that match.
I was so dissatisfied with the way I played, you know, that I was just so. I've been more determined after that match, more than putting. That's something that I don't want to put behind me because I want to remember all the bad things that I did in that match so I can improve the next time.
So determination, yes, for Serena, but also a trait that has not endeared the Williams sisters to many others, in that they rarely credit the opponent.
You're right.
And I say rarely as if perhaps to say never.
You know what? I don't think it's only them. I think it's just this younger generation. They're brought up.
15.
They're brought up for some reason, whether it's good or bad, thinking that they're invincible and they can be the best, and you know they're the greatest. And it's the compliments are rare towards their opponents.
But the comparison is startling to example Pete Sampras, who following his heartbreaking loss here yesterday, went out of his way to praise the play of Roger Federer.
Right. Well, he's not the new generation, and he has that sort of old-fashioned humility. Seems like Jennifer just broke a string. Yep. Players most of them bring about 8 or 10 rackets on the court, though. Same tension strings. I always had to warm up with a racket, though. You know what I mean? I could never just have a new racket with new strings, and
40 love.
I had to get the feel, play a couple games.
How often were you breaking strings?
Not very
Blasting
often,
those
because I
serves.
did.
Come on.
You know what? I did. The players that pop their strings usually are the big topspin players, where the ball really brushes up.
40-15.
We hit flatter in our day, so the strings didn't really break.
Well done. A good first 2 games by Serena and a rebound by Capriati. 2-all.
Once again, Jennifer came back and just dictated the points, and she was the one that played aggressive.
Now log on to Wimbledon.NBCSports.com for all the latest news from the championships. Chris Everett's web exclusive analysis of this match and the rest of today's ladies' quarters, all at Wimbledon.NBCSports.com.
Left first serve.
We saw there neither player with a very good first serve percentage.
No, pretty low. You want to really get around the 55, 60 percentile. But I think it's a respect for the returns. You know, they're going for the big serves and they're missing them.
I fear the jinx, but you can't help noticing and mentioning what glorious weather. In fact, it's
like a Florida day
right,
here.
almost warm enough. You're seeing spectators fanning themselves.
Well, they're a bit dramatic, this British crowd, anyway. I mean, that's going a little bit too far. In Australia, during the Australian Open, sometimes it's, you know, up to 100, 110 degrees. What is it, 75 today?
It may feel like 105.
It might
for the
to them,
Londoners.
yes. They might get a little bit of red on their face. Good serve.
Right, 2 big serves, 118 and 115.
40-15.
You see, well, I mentioned this is only her 6th event, so the previous 5 she's at least made the quarters in each.
Of course,
winning at Indian Wells.
That Indian Wells was where she was booed during the final against Clijsters.
Game is Williams.
Well, she got her serve going there. 3 straight big first serves. And Serena Williams holds for 3-2.
Miss Williams leads 3 games to first set.
It was a second marriage for both of us.
Gabriella Sabatini. And 10 years later, trying to get back. That's a strong game again. So Capriati, her sluggish start, playing well. It's 3-all. Our Aflac trivia question today. Well, both of these women would qualify. When was the last time a woman seated lower than 3 won Wimbledon? Here we have number 4 playing number 5.
Shows the depth when you consider these players are 4 and 5 in the world, you know. Very well could be 1 and 2.
15 love.
And it shows also how
15.
form holds in the ladies draw so well. Martina Hingis, of course, #1 out, but in the quarters, numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9 seeds, all there.
Well, and that's the difference between men's and women's tennis. You know, the men are more specialized on certain surfaces. I mean, the winner of the French Open, you're not going to see win Wimbledon. And Pete Sampras, who is the greatest grass court player, you're not going to see him even probably get to the 3rd round of the French Open. But the top women are pretty versatile. They're all court players, and they're going to do well at every Grand Slam on any surface.
Do you have any idea why that would be?
15-13.
Why there'd be such a difference as you see Justine Henin out quickly on Conchita Martinez?
Well, I don't think the big serves are as much of a factor. I think they're a factor in the men's game. And then you have the players from Spain and Mexico and all those clay court countries just being brought up on clay and not really playing on anything else. There's that forehand side again. That's really letting her down in this match. Again, we see the power, but she's made a lot of errors so far.
So 2 break points to give Capriati her first edge. Thirteen
unforced errors with Serena. Probably about 10 of those on the forehand side.
Game is
And Serena Williams not able to have her serve bail her out. A double. Capriati has won 4 of the last 5 games.
Just how much can you tap into with an AT&T broadband connection?
For reminding me.
Okay, it's done.
Serena coming right back. Serves aren't as much a factor in this match because we're seeing a lot of breaks of serves.
It's going to be also interesting, Chris, isn't it, to watch the pace. Tatiana Panova in the last round tried to kind of slow down Jennifer from her pace, and Serena's doing the same.
I know, and well, Jennifer loves the pace. I mean, the harder the better as far as she's concerned. I mean, I think the way to beat her is to mix it up a little bit.
And also slow down how quickly she plays.
15-13.
Well, they both play pretty quickly, but Serena is, I think, taking her time a little bit more. Jennifer, a good volleyer, but not as instinctive as she is a baseliner. That would be another ploy to try to get her into the net, whether, you know, by drop shotting or hitting some slices. No, that was a great shot. She hit behind her. Jennifer's running into the open court.
15-14.
See Serena taking her time. Jennifer a little exasperated. Come on, let's get on with it.
30-14.
I don't know if Serena's getting some bad bounces, but she's mishit a few balls. It could be the grass being chewed up a little bit.
At what point can the server just go ahead and serve?
Well, I think out of courtesy, you should. I mean, you should wait until your opponent is ready. I mean, it's not like Serena's taking a minute. She's just taking like 5 seconds. Steffi Graf always used to play so fast too. It was a little annoying.
Serena had a point earlier where she hit the net twice,
right.
Won the point. Jennifer gets a little payback.
Yeah, but Jennifer could still get those shots. This was impossible to get. Comes at a crucial time too. Big serve from Jennifer. She almost looked like she was going to serve and volley that ball. Gets harder and harder. She had an answer for that. That was another big serve from Jennifer.
Deuce.
I mean, you watch a return like that and your jaw drops. I mean, how does
the big backswing
Serena
too
do that?
Yeah, but then look what happens. I mean, she can try that all she wants. She's going to make some great shots, but she's also going to make some errors. And Jennifer keeps hitting to that forehand side.
Deuce.
Jennifer hit that ball so deep. It's like skidded from on the baseline back there. It's kind of a, not a drop shot, it's kind of a chop. Jennifer one-handed just stabbed at it, got it back deep. Serena was a little late for that backhand. Still don't think that's a bad play, though.
Deuce.
Well, this game becoming a battle. Capriati has saved 2 break points. Now the 4th deuce.
Advantage Miss Capriati.
It's a battle of the forehands right now.
Forehand wins it. Well, it is 5-3 Capriati first set.
Miss Capriati leads 5-3.
Jennifer Capriati seemed to be taking a little bit of a shot early on. Serena Williams strong the first 2 games, but now 5 out of 6 games for Capriati.
I think the confidence is building for Jennifer. She has that look in her eye. Very focused.
Capriati, after winning at Roland Garros, has said, "I'm happy and content with myself and proud." And that's a wonderful sentiment to hear from someone who's turned her life around.
And there
4th ace.
What was a time when she didn't know if she really wanted to come back on this tennis circuit and deal with, as you see, 6-1 Henin, Justine Henin, very easily over Conchita Martinez. But there was a time when she just didn't know if she wanted to deal with the press and the public and the questions about everything she'd been through. Her self-esteem was so low, but just a different Jennifer out there right now. It's a good play. Look at that. Unbelievable.
Never before could Capriati have ever gotten to that ball.
I mean, she is out of the court, and if that doesn't show her fitness, nothing does. Most players would have given up being outside the court.
Somewhere, I'm sure Karen Burnett, the trainer that works so hard with Capriati, smiles when she sees a point like that, even though Jennifer lost the point.
Okay, Miss Williams.
So a hold at love for Serena Williams. Jennifer Capriati, the next serve for the first set.
NBC Tuesday. David.
Events at the French Wimbledon last year, really a non-factor, and suddenly this January she showed up a whole new player in Australia. And while Martina Hingis was taking care of both of the Williams sisters in successive matches, Jennifer beat Lindsay Davenport and then stunned Hingis. And Chris, pure joy when you see that shot, her reaction to winning her first Grand Slam title.
Disbelief.
And then on to Paris, to the clay, where in a monumental struggle, a 12-10 third set against Belgian teen Kim Clijsters. Capriati prevails to make it 2 in a row. A hug for brother Steven. And just the incredible joy to hold aloft the Coupe Suzanne Lenglen. And now trying to make this remarkable adjustment just a month later.
On the grass like everyone else, but that French Open was so significant because she beat Serena Williams and Martina Hingis. I mean, 2 real pressure matches. Then she had to come back and play Kim Clijsters, who played the best match of her career, and she gutsed it out, not playing her best tennis, and that was so impressive to me that she just didn't give up. You know, the spirit was there.
But the toughest thing for Jennifer Capriati, even though she's got 2 Grand Slam titles under her belt this year, has been closing things out. She's in trouble all year with that.
And also, this is why very few people have won the French and Wimbledon back-to-back, because you only have 2 weeks. I mean, she had to go home and come back down to earth. I mean, first she had to enjoy her win, and then she had to come back down to earth. Then she had to get psyched up for Wimbledon, and you wonder if 2 weeks is enough. Oh, yeah, good hands, though. Serena Williams just dinked that ball back.
What movement,
good
though,
hands,
for Jennifer?
Right, and then she just, great cross-court shot.
30-15.
Serena was running over to cover that down-the-line shot.
Well, after a double fault to open the game, it's now 30-15. Another monstrous return.
Oh, look at this shot. That's what happens when you miss your first serve and you give her that second serve.
It's one thing to have a serve hit past you, but what's it feel like to have a return hit past you?
Well, it was a second serve, and Jennifer's right. See, now Jennifer's pressing a little bit. She's trying to make that second serve a little bit too good.
As I mentioned, this is what the only blemish in this year for her has been
the serve, right?
In these finishing games.
Jennifer had Venus Williams, remember, 8 match points earlier on in Miami and did not pull that match out. And then she had a match point against Serena at the French in the second set and lost that set. There's that forehand side again. Jennifer is smart to keep hitting to that forehand side because Serena's looking a little shaky.
Advantage Miss Capriati.
And so it is set point.
She hit that same return. Backhand cross court. Tight game for both players. Serena really taking her time now. She's
Jennifer very upset. Serena Williams walked all the way to the back wall with her back to the court.
It's okay though. It's still within the rules. Baseline. Serena had a chance to come in, but she didn't because she fears Jennifer's passing shot.
Advantage Miss Capriati.
And Steven yelling some form of encouragement, we hope.
Now second serve on set point 2.
Oh, that was a rush serve. Did you see that? She served, lost the first serve, missed the first serve, and just rushed right into that second serve. Serena taking her time again. But, I mean, she's huffing a little bit. I mean, it's also a pretty good idea to sort of get your breath back, too. I mean, they're moving one another from side to side. They're doing a lot of cardio work out there.
Advantage Miss Williams.
And now a third break point. Make that second break point in this game.
But look what happens.
And Jennifer made sure she really took something off that first serve.
That was a three-quarter first serve and mixed up the pace. Serena, that was a nervous return. I think we've seen so far in this first set that Jennifer is dealing with the pressure a lot better than Serena.
Well, this game, just this game,
Just
has
this
been
game.
littered with mistakes from both players. And now a third set point. Just long.
Deuce.
Well, Serena took a chance there, hit a very deep approach shot and came in. Jennifer tried a topspin lob, but it was just out about a couple feet. Just punishing that second serve.
Advantage Miss Williams.
So now the third break point. Just had too much time to wind up for that forehand, too much time to think. She had the point in her control.
She didn't have to hit it that hard. I mean, she had the opening.
What a struggle. The Capriati and the Williams sisters seem like they've had these kinds of games all year with each other.
And that forehand starting to click. She's made a few errors, but she's also made a lot of winners in this game off that forehand side. I think if Jennifer wants to get into the point and dictate a little bit more, maybe she should, you know, switch gears and go over to that backhand side.
No mistake there from Serena Williams. And finally, A break. And this set will go on.
5 games soon.
Well, Jennifer Capriati has to be fighting an immense amount of frustration, Chris.
Well, she hit, I mean, that whole game she hit to her forehand. And Serena, as it turns out, made more winners than errors on the forehand side. And I think she needs to change it around a little bit and start hitting to that backhand. Serena does not hit as many winners off the backhand.
Three set points lost for Capriati in that game.
La 15.
Four breaks of serve in this set. Does that surprise you?
No, because they don't have the serves like Lindsay Davenport or Venus Williams. I mean, not many aces. I mean, I think their return of serve is actually more dangerous than their serves. It's the weakest part of both of these players' games are their serves, especially the second serve.
Capriati's shot.
I just love I love the way she's hitting on the defensive. You know, Serena has her side to side, and she's hitting some big shots. She was backing up a little bit there, Serena.
So 3 break points.
Let first serve.
And that's long. Serena Williams, after a huge break, is broken back at love.
.252 horsepower, 3.9 liter, 32 valve V8, 4-wheel independent suspension and traction control. The Americans are coming. The Americans are coming. The LS from Lincoln.
One day I'm gonna have a family. I want to have a beautiful house.
One day, I will get old.
One day I'm gonna go to college.
How will I get ready for my one day?
When your one day comes, GE can help you be ready with a full range of financial products. Call a representative or 1-800-THINK-GE.
We're born, we die. It's how smart we are in between.
Invest, protect, retire with a name you trust. GE for life.
Much of the outer courts at Wimbledon today filled with play in the juniors division, where the #1 seed in the junior girls here is a young American, Ashley Harkleroad, through to the 3rd round. Someday, who knows?
Someday, who
As
knows?
Roger Federer, a junior champion here 3 years ago, showed yesterday on center court, there could be a day for them. Jennifer Capriati now for the 2nd time trying to close out this first set.
Also Bethany Maddock and Nicole Pitts from America still in the junior girls. Jennifer came up the junior ranks, won everything in the juniors, the Orange Bowl, the Nationals. She was world champion.
By age 7, right?
She was unbelievable. And
15.
Serena took a little different route. They did not play in junior events. Richard thought it was good to keep them out to develop their games a little bit more and didn't want them to deal with the pressure of junior tennis. And you know what? I mean, different things work for different people. You can't knock that decision because they've won Grand Slams now.
And here we go. It's 15-30.
15-14.
And now 2 break points for Serena Williams for a tie break.
Oh, that was a good play. That was a good play. Deep to Jennifer's forehand. Jennifer had to hit up on the ball.
6 games all, first set, tiebreak.
She could only hit down the middle of the court, and that was a nice touch. Then afterwards, Serena held her hands up like, you know, this isn't that hard.
It's been very easy for the returners in this set.
Yep.
Each player broke the other 3 times. And now Serena Williams serves first in the tiebreak.
Well, that's what you tend to do against Serena, because she's hitting the ball so hard and she's such a good mover around the court that Jennifer, you know, she felt like she only had a little area there to hit the ball to hit a winner. Both Williams sisters move. The court coverage is unbelievable. Good play. Now we're going to see her come to the net a little more, because she's gotten a little bit of confidence. She won the first point with a drop volley. The second point, when Jennifer missed that passing shot. Serena, even a little bit better mover than her big sister, Venus, because Venus is the lankier of the two.
Capriati needed.
2-1, Miss Williams.
Both players very good tiebreak records.
Jennifer's had a lot more experience. Look at that, 47-22 versus 16-7. I mean, the important thing in a tiebreaker is you want to get off to a good lead right from the start, because then it's all a matter of confidence. That forehand side, once again, letting her down.
Well, this first set, neither player has been able to sustain an advantage. Capriati really creeping in now on a second serve.
Mm. 3-2, Miss Williams.
Too flat, a little more topspin. That ball was deep. You almost get the sense of whoever's losing all of a sudden starts to play better. It's sort of like a seesaw effect right now.
Do you wonder about nerves when that happens?
I think there's nerves in this match no matter what, but the way they react to it is they just keep hitting harder and harder. That's how they react. Some people react more passively, some people get tentative, but they just overhit, if anything.
50 minutes already, the official Rolex time of this first set as the players change ends at 3-all. Jennifer Capriati twice served for the set and was broken. Recall that in the finals of Roland Garros, it was the third time she served for the championship that she finally won. Kim Clijsters broke her the first two. Well, a slip. And then
Jennifer.
fling.
Miss Williams.
Just a frustrated Jennifer right now. It's just not the kind of thing you want to do in a tiebreaker when it's this tight, this close. And again, when they slip, it's usually in the corner. It's greasy in the corner. So let's get it back together.
So the serve to Serena Williams at 4-3.
That is not the right time to miss an easy shot. That was a very easy shot for Serena. But it's like whenever she makes an error like that, whether it's pressure or for whatever reason, she really gets down on herself a little bit, and she gets after herself, and she comes up with a great shot the next point. So,
it's almost like she plays better with anger.
Recovering well.
And as you mentioned, she's mixing in a little bit of coming to net.
Now let's see if it's Jennifer that's the aggressive one.
Mm. 2 points in a row, Serena to net.
She's had a lot of success coming in, whether it's volleying well or Jennifer sort of gets distracted and misses her passing shots.
So 2 set points.
Let's conserve.
Serena Williams, seemingly out of that first set, twice broke Capriati, and then takes the tiebreak. Richard Williams may be getting ready to go check on Venus. Right now, Little Sis has the lead on Capriati.
The rules for making money have changed. Pinstripes, wingtips. That's not how it works anymore. Anybody can be the next big wheel, as long as they put their money in a better place. Welcome to the new Old Boys Club. Less old, less boys. Morgan Stanley, your money. Get well connected.
Dr. Scholl's at Doral. Hey guys, I'm here to find out what's causing your foot problems. She's got arthritis.
He's got diabetes, and we're a total mess. Sometimes I could barely play 18.
Our new Dr. Scholl's Stepwell insoles can help.
Feels soft.
That's our dual-layer Sensicare foam. It more evenly distributes your foot pressure as you walk. The deep heel cup is designed to stabilize and support your foot and ankle.
With diabetes, anything that helps your feet is a good thing.
It'll help me play with these achy joints.
Now if you could just fix each other's slides, you'd be in good shape. Treat yourself right with new Dr. Scholl's Stepwell insoles.
Jennifer Capriati seemed to have the first set, had it on a racket for 3 set points, but eventually Serena Williams fought back to win it in a tiebreak. Now Capriati serving to start the second set.
But you know, Jennifer, she really didn't lose that first set by making mistakes or getting tentative. I mean, it was more Serena came up with some big shots on big points. You know, when she was down, I think she just got after herself and just kept saying, look, you know, go for your shots. So, I mean, you can't really fault Jennifer for losing that first set. Serena played it great.
15.
3 times in her 2 Grand Slam titles this year, Capriati lost the first set. First round at the Australian, she lost the first set to Henrietta Nagyova. Quarters to Monica Seles, and then the championships at Roland Garros. She was really blown out in the first set by Kim Clijsters.
Right. Well, right now she wants to get on the board because she's hoping that Serena will suffer a little bit of a letdown after that first set. I think it surprised Serena that she pulled that out. So let's get the lead right away, she's probably thinking to herself.
40.
Sure enough, Serena's coming up with spraying a few balls this first game. Maybe a little bit of a letdown.
Game is Capriati.
And indeed, Capriati with a strong hold to start the second set.
First game, second set. First set, Miss Williams.
Ladies quarterfinals, and this is the most anticipated match. Jennifer Capriati and Serena Williams playing for the third time this year, playing for the second consecutive Grand Slam quarterfinal. And Serena Williams, the only person that has been able to knock her out of Wimbledon, is her sister.
This is a lot better match than when Venus played Serena last year. I mean, that was, wow, that was not a good match. Serena played so well up until that point, and then just probably played one of the worst matches. A lot of errors.
La 15.
Well, Justine Henin, a semifinalist at Roland Garros and a semifinalist at the Championships Wimbledon. With so many familiar names missing from the women's game this summer, it's been a moment for young faces to emerge, and
right.
Obviously the two top ones have been the Belgians, Henin and Kleisters,
Right.
as
And
well as some of the young Russians.
You know, when a top seed loses early on, it opens up the whole draw. Justine Henin, she's got an all-court game. Good volleys, good touch.
30-15.
And for those who may not have seen her play at Roland Garros, the most beautiful one-hand backhand that we've seen come into tennis in quite a while.
She really should have won that semifinal match against Kleisters, but she beat her the week after on a grass court tournament. So she will play the winner of this match in the semis.
Let first serve.
Doesn't quite hit with as much pace, I don't think, as these two off both sides, but has a beautiful backhand, very reminiscent of Gabriella Sabatini, that flowing one-handed backhand with a lot of topspin, a lot of power at the same time. Well, she doesn't want to get off to being down 2-love. I mean, she's playing like she's satisfied with that first set, but you know what? It's over. She only needs one more set to win. Jennifer needs 2 if she's going to win this match.
So the opportunity for Capriati. Great point as we hit 1 hour on court. Is that surprising to you? She hasn't been to net a ton, but when she's been there, Serena's been winning the points.
Well, she's coming in with some good approach shots, some deep shots, and isn't giving Jennifer a whole lot of time to set up for a passing shot. And she's got, I mean, look at her arms and her wrists. She's got really strong wrists. So she's going to hit those solid volleys. Plays a lot of doubles, still in the doubles with her sister Venus, and that certainly improves your volley.
Ad Advantage
In
Miss
fact,
Capriati.
the sisters have a doubles match later today against Martina Navratilova and Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
Martina's got to feel a little pressure. They have a center court match scheduled. Martina at 44 is still one of the best doubles players out there. Without a doubt.
Capriati hit a great return.
Is this my imagination, or do they seem to like hit harder than most of the men on the tour?
Somebody,
come on.
Somebody pipe us into McEnroe, please. I want John to hear you say
John's
that.
all the way across the court working for BBC, but I just think, I mean, when you look at those men play, they don't hit as hard from the baseline, do they?
Well,
no.
that return of Sarah Capriati, it was exquisite.
Serena's so far the more explosive of the two, but Jennifer has been the more consistent.
And Serena Williams saves the third break point with her 6th ace. Follows up with another one right down the middle.
Advantage Miss Williams.
See how it's so much easier when you have a big serve. You know, you just win those cheap points. Don't have to have any rallies. It's over.
Deuce.
She seems to have problems when the ball has no pace. You know, she handles the hard ones really well, both she and Jennifer, but as soon as you hit a little off-pace ball, take away the power, it's almost like they have too much time to think. They react very well. She didn't expect that ball to come back. Maybe she thought she was going to put it away.
That was certainly her appearance. That point was over.
And not even moving in after that. Just got her right at the feet.
Miss Capriati.
Maybe she thought that was going to be a winner, but you'd think she'd move in after that overhead and cut off the volley. It's like she froze on that shot.
Let first serve.
Now Capriati will be gearing up to take on a second serve on her 4th break point.
Deuce.
I think the crowd here would like to see a third set. They're encouraging Jennifer. But Serena's forcing Jennifer to go for a little more than she normally goes for.
Advantage Miss Williams.
That's long.
Miss Williams.
So Serena Williams holds after a long, grinding battle and saves 4 break points.
Boy, she had her chance that game.
Oh, Serena Williams. Her and Jennifer Capriati, Chris, have played more long games than you would expect to hit center court.
Jennifer had a lot of chances that game to make it 2-love. That would have given her a lot of confidence. Well, that's, you know, you just don't want to let Serena in if you can help it.
Love 15.
Hope Jennifer's not reading the tabloids, because I noticed today a lot of the tabloids, the newspapers were talking about, you know, when is Jennifer going to come back down to earth, and when will she get, you know, really lose that streak, and perhaps Serena would be the one to upset her. And now Serena looks like it may happen.
Love 13.
You mentioned that at Roland Garros, that was the thing you felt Capriati needed to do here, was not buy a paper.
Just, that was my advice to her. You know, don't read the tabloids, because everybody has their, you know, everybody's speculating, and they're saying if Jennifer would lose in this tournament, Serena would be the one, because Serena has more power. It's just, she could very well overpower her, and she has a lot of these points.
Well, maybe a letdown for Capriati after having 4 break points the previous game.
15-14.
Oh, she goes right around. Boy, players got to love hitting that shot. Right around the net post. Capriati has saved 2. Has 1 to go.
Mixed up the pace once again.
Deuce.
And she's huffing. Serena taking her time, catching her breath. She knows that she lost some big chances there. Jennifer had a chance. She's questioning that call.
Advantage, Miss Williams.
Fighting so hard to get to deuce. Now a 4th break point.
Look at this shot right here. This is great angles, just to stab one-handed. It's not her usual backhand. She likes to nail it two-handed. But it worked. Serena looks a little winded over here. We're sitting right on the court. Looks like she's huffing a little bit. I think
for much of the match, seems to be grabbing her stomach after points. Well, you see Serena has no respect for Capriati's second serve.
No, and she also wants to shorten the points. She doesn't want, she's winded. She does not want to have some long baseline rallies and move from side to side and especially get into a third set.
First serve.
Well, after all,
Jennifer,
she's played over 50 minutes for the first time.
Right, but as great an athlete as she is, she hasn't played a lot of matches this year.
You're talking about Serena.
Serena, right? And I think Jennifer's been healthy the whole year. She's played more matches, and she just seems cardiovascularly. She seems like she's not out of breath and very calm over there. That's a tough shot. Look how low that overhead was. That ball bounced so low, and she still hit a winner. This is not an easy shot. Look at this. Right from the baseline to hit a shot like that.
So a 5th break point. Nope, didn't get it up.
Oof.
And Serena Williams on her 5th chance breaks to take the lead in the second set.
Moving. NASCAR's moving to NBC with a special primetime race, the Pepsi 400. It's live under the lights Saturday on NBC.
Love playing around with stuff? Then get into Best Buy, where you can play around as long as you'd like. Actually, that's half the fun. Best Buy. Go ahead, turn on the fun.
With over 50 standard safety features, Nissan Sentra. Everybody wants to drive it.
Today's sports coverage is brought to you in part by British Airways.
The championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by Lincoln, American Luxury, by Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete. By SAP, the best-run e-businesses run SAP. And by Morgan Stanley, formerly Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. Move your money, get well connected. Serena Williams winning the first set in a tie-break and now has the edge in the second set. Although apparently there is something to the action she's been exhibiting during the match. Bending over at times and clutching her midsection. She spoke to chair umpire Laura Ceccarelli during the changeover, and it appeared that she asked for something from the trainers.
She just looks winded to me. I mean, this match is a different level of play that she's had to come up against. She's had easy matches. I mean, it probably hurts her in the long run that all of her matches have been under an hour. Now she's being pressed. She's being stretched, moved around the court from side to side.
15 on.
Jennifer's the one still with the hop in her step. And Serena looks tired. In that case, Jennifer really wants to win the set and get her to a third set. Then fitness may be a big factor.
And although Capriati has not had long matches here, she did, of course, win the French and end up playing a final that was about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And that was on clay, where you have more rallies. She's going to want to shorten these rallies a little bit and hit some big shots on the second or third shot and not try to just play it safe. And we may see her as she was coming into the net there after she hit that winner. We may see her try to come into the net and win the point from the net. Serving and volleying, that's a different tactic. And I'm sure Jennifer senses what's going on. It's got to give her a little encouragement at this point.
Well, the way the match has gone, both players know that one break of serve is hardly as crucial as it might be in a men's match. Serve hasn't meant a lot yet.
No. It's almost like if you can hold serve, you may win the match. Instead of if you break serve, you may win the match. Different philosophy. It's a great shot on the run. Such power behind those strokes.
Deuce.
Well, we go to deuce, and right now we're at that time at Wimbledon where we recalled Richard Williams last year and his frantic sprinting between courts because the defending ladies champion is on court one right now and already up a break on Natalie Tozia.
I would suspect he will probably stay on this court, though. I sense his daughter really needs him up there. She's been looking up there almost every point, clenching her fist. I think Big Sis is fine on that other court. Trying to stay relaxed. You know what's going on inside him right now.
Deuce.
Very little coming easily right now for either player.
Jennifer trying to move her around. She's been standing awfully far behind the baseline. She had the open court here.
That's a good play for Capriati, isn't it, Chris? If she senses that Serena's...
Yeah, she's no dummy. You know, she's very aware that Serena's taking her time, that the grunts are becoming a little louder, the body language is different.
Well, Capriati gets the break back for 2-all. A tremendous battle between two of the best players in the women's game on center court, and it's only the quarterfinals.
Serena tying both shoes. Definitely something's not right with Serena. She's continually holding her stomach, and I don't know if it's just Jennifer just moving her from side to side and she's just exhausted, or But she's definitely shortening the rallies.
15 all.
All right, WTA trainer poised now to
30-15.
apparently visit Serena Williams on the upcoming changeover. And we're told that the gentleman on the left of the trainer is a doctor, so we'll likely learn more during this next changeover. But you said, Chris, whatever right now Serena's doing, she's trying to do it quickly.
Right, just keep it short and sweet. She's going for winners right off the first shot now. Look at that shot. Hey, sometimes you play better when you're injured, right? You're more focused. You know, you don't have time to fool around.
Break point.
Oh. Game is Williams.
Jennifer Capriati just can't get anything going. She breaks and then is broken back quickly.
You've awakened to the true power of e-business. Do you have the software to manage it? If not, consider this your wake-up call. Our software manages more e-business than anyone else on Earth. Hello, tomorrow. We are Computer Associates, software that manages e-business.
The all-new 200 horsepower Acura RSX.
Well, during the changeover, Medical Center at Center Court Wimbledon. The trainers we thought were called to the court by Serena Williams, and indeed Serena received treatment, but it turned out Jennifer Capriati left the court with WTA trainer, and it was a medical timeout. And given that motion, we imagine she must have had treatment or a rapid perhaps applied.
Where, Ted?
In her glute.
In
How
her
about
glute.
that? But Serena Williams definitely was the first person tended to in
I don't
sort
know.
of a gel.
Yeah, or a glucose. You know, if she's running out of steam, needs a little sugar. But it's probably the first time I've ever seen a trainer come out and work on both players at the same time. But this is a demanding, grueling match, and these players are using the whole court. They're blasting balls.
15 left.
It's got to have some effect on their bodies at this point.
But Jennifer Capriati, again, has to be frustrated. She had a break for 2-all and a game on her serve where Serena appeared just to be wanting to get to the changeover.
Well, the way I look at it, they're trying to play above themselves. I mean, they have such respect for each other's games that they don't feel that playing in their comfort zone is enough, is quite enough. So they're going for a little bit too many winners, and as a result, I think they've made 66 errors between the two of them, which is a lot.
And Capriati was broken again to give Serena this 3-2 lead. So Capriati now, she's starting to run out of time. She needs a break.
She's running out of time, but I sense that Serena, and this is just an observation, may be running out of steam, and you just want Jennifer just to, those Jennifer rooters, just to hang in there and just keep hitting a lot of balls back and getting Serena even more tired. Because something's not right with her, because she did call a trainer on the court. And
the word we get now from the trainers after leaving the court, indeed, it's the right glute. Capriati that has a strain, and Serena suffering from what's basically an upset stomach.
Look at that get.
And one last one she can't reach.
Game is Williams.
So Serena Williams now 2 games away.
Miss Williams leads 4 games to 2.
Well, Chris, Serena Williams with an upset stomach may, as you said, be running out of some gas, but she can see the finish line.
Right, and I think that break helped her a lot because she could sit down. I mean, that was a long break. She got her wind back. She's looks a lot more relaxed and calm right now and not breathless like she was before.
Love.
Jennifer Capriati still serving at a very fast pace.
That's what Serena wants to do too. If she's not feeling great, don't forget it's hot out there. You know, this isn't your normal English day. She wants to win these points on the second or third shot if she can.
Yeah, earlier, first set in particular, Serena was taking a lot of time trying to slow down Jennifer. Not now.
Left for serve.
Venus Williams was broken trying to serve for the first set. Still low up a break on Natalie Toziat.
Critical situation for Jennifer now. Down 4-2, 30 all. This is the point she needs. Because you don't want to be down 5-2 against Serena Williams. The way she's been blasting these winners. Jennifer, for the first time, taking her time.
Deuce.
That's her 6th double fault. You say, Chris, it's critical that she get first serves in?
How about getting any serve in at this point? You don't want a double fault.
Advantage Miss
Williams. She took a little off that first serve, and look what happened. Serena's on the rampage, though. She's just going to take every shot and try to go for a winner. She wants to shorten up the points. And that means danger for Jennifer.
Baseline point, and that was really match point for Capriati. She survived.
Deuce.
Well, the longer the point, the better for Jennifer, because Serena still made more errors, even though she's made more winners.
Advantage Miss Capriati.
Crucial game for Jennifer. You're right, Ted.
Game is Capriati.
And she does survive. Serena Williams takes a seat knowing 2 games and she's to the semis.
In the new
There is no such thing as an 18 to 49-year-old, or a senior, or a boomer, or a dink. In the new economy, customers aren't generalizations. They are what they want, when they want it. And if you want to make them loyal customers, you need an e-business solution that puts everything you know about them in one place. SAP.
C-Dot. C-Dot run. See where Dot gets all her energy.
I love this bed.
Sealy Posturepedic. We support you night and day.
These are the toes, this is a foot. That's the difference between Lamisil AT Spray Pump and Lotrimin AF. Lotrimin AF products are indicated to treat athlete's foot on the whole foot. This is only indicated to treat between the toes, so kill athlete's foot on the whole foot with Lotrimin AF.
During the changeover, Jennifer Capriati again being stretched and treated. No timeout taken, but that's how she spent her changeover time.
A lot of leg, lower body injuries on the grass because you really have to make adjustments more than any other surface. You have to be bending the whole time.
Love 15.
And again, you do think about the ton of tennis that she's played.
A lot of tennis, a lot of practicing. She played mixed doubles with her brother. You're slipping a lot on the greasy grass, and that can cause kind of a little bit of overstretch sometimes.
So a match where it turns out both players have exhibited some signs of physical weakness, the other trying to take advantage. Well, as you mentioned, Chris, Serena looks stronger after the medical team.
Yes, she had a break, and I mean, I'm sure she does have an upset stomach, but I think she was just getting run all over the court, and I think she was just exhausted and winded. She looks like a different player since she's had that break. Neither of them look hampered by their injuries, though. They still look 100% out there.
30-15.
Serena continuing to be the one that ventures to the net a little bit more than Jennifer. A little bit more. I haven't seen Jennifer at the net hardly at all this whole match. And when she's confident, she's at the net.
Look at the winners.
Winners. Serena, which means she's dictating play. More winners, I'm sure she has more errors.
40-15.
Jennifer trying to hold on. Feeling, I'm sure, that it's slipping away from her at this point.
Game is Williams.
And an ace. So Serena Williams with her 9th ace, now 1 game away.
Miss Williams leads 5 games to 3.
Jennifer Capriati, winner of the first 2 Grand Slam titles in 2001. Trying to do something that is as rare an achievement in tennis as any. Look at this. It had been 9 years since anyone had done the Australian-French double. And trying to do what most people think is the toughest double in tennis, to do the French and Wimbledon back-to-back.
Steffi Graf won the Grand Slam, all 4 events plus the Olympics in 1 year. That has to be the greatest achievement by a women's tennis player. Jennifer in real trouble right now.
Yeah, a few supporters with the "Come on, Jen" between points.
Well, Serena's been rewarded for her power this match, that's for sure. And she's come up with some big serves where Jennifer has not come up with some big serves.
I also wonder, Chris, the mental toll, frustration. Jennifer had 3 set points for the first set on her serve.
She's going to remember that first set for a long time because she, like you said, she had some chances, and then the tiebreaker. Remember, she slipped at a very crucial time. And now she's letting things bother her.
This is when
15-30.
the Williams sisters, both that we've seen, can be as fierce competitors. If they sense a weakness in an opponent, they don't let up, do they?
I just think Serena's so dangerous because she's unpredictable. She's going to hit a winner or make an error. On a bad day, she's going to lose to a lot of players, and on a good day, you know, she could be world champion. But she still has to win this match. I mean, Jennifer has to lose it, and Serena has to win it. Two things have to happen here. Oof, that's a pretty brave shot for that point of the match. My heavens.
That's a nice way to say it.
It's a very brave shot.
40-30.
Ooh.
Two of them in a row. But they paid off for Jennifer Capriati. So now a sit down, and then Serena Williams will serve for the match.
NBC Tuesday. David always wanted to be a doctor, so he faked the documents and started treating patients. But when he was caught, did he stop playing doctor? Dateline tonight.
Sooner or later, you'll get it.
Just like Mom used to make, huh? What? Never mind.
Strawberry? Don't mind if I do.
He's out, and it's all over for England.
Typical. Home, Dixon. Righto, sir.
Today's sports coverage is brought to you in part by British Airways.
The championships, Wimbledon, brought to you by AT&T. Wired, wireless, business, broadband, boundless. By Prudential Financial, a rock-solid leader in financial services. Choose Prudential Financial to help you grow and protect your wealth. And by Lincoln, American Luxury. A look at the match update, and Chris, as you said clearly, Serena dictating play.
Well, and the aces, look, her first serve's been bigger. She's won more free points off her first serve. Jennifer has no aces, and then just, the unforced errors.
The ratio, the winner's errors, real poor for Jennifer Capriati. Right. So now Serena Williams serving for the match.
I don't know if that makes a difference at this point, serving or returning for the match. Just a stab volley here, but it really set up the point for Jennifer. She had either way to go, and she chose down the line. Jennifer right now, she just wants to play her game, which is to keep going for her shots, because she doesn't want to lose. If she's going to lose, she doesn't want to be passive and be tentative, because she'll be thinking about that for a long time. She's been going for her shots all year. It's worked for her. She has to stick with that plan.
On the other hand, Chris, does Jennifer say, I want to make sure I get the ball in play and make Serena
Well, she wants to play within herself.
Win
I'm
the
not
match.
saying go for outlandish
Okay.
winners, but she wants to play within herself. But even on when Serena serves, you know, she's doing well just to block the ball back because Serena's serve is so hard and so deep. But I'm just saying she doesn't want to let up. Look at that return. What a great return. I mean, that was...
And that's another one that caught Serena off guard. Getting that ball right back
That
at
was
her feet.
unbelievable. I mean, that wasn't with playing within herself. I mean, that was playing above herself. She's determined. That jaw's out. She's determined right now.
Footfall. Payback. Capriati was twice broken serving for the first set. Now she pays back Williams when she was serving for the match.
5 games over.
Nothing like stepping up to the plate, huh?
Well, here's Jennifer Capriati as this match goes on, serving at 5-all, second set. I'll say one thing, Chris. Both players have had medical treatment during this set.
15 love.
And neither one seems to be affected on the court.
No, they're still 100%, and both players have had such great chances to win this match. I mean, whoever loses this match, I guarantee you will go in the press conference and say, I should have won the match. I mean, Serena just had 5-3, set in 5-3. If that isn't a great chance.
30 love.
But she couldn't hold on to that lead, and Jennifer went up a level on her game. Now you see a different Serena Williams from up until 5-3.
40 love.
What a turnaround again. And now the pressure back on Serena Williams to serve for a second set tiebreak.
Dylan, come on, up and at him. Come on.
Great.
See you tonight. Hurry, Dylan.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye. Morning, Bob.
Good morning, Heidi.
I'll pick Dylan up from soccer. Love you.
Want to make the most of your day? Make the most of your night. Sealy Posturepedic.
I love this bed.
We support you night and day.
It devours roads, dances through corners, and slides effortlessly into your budget. Announcing 0% financing on every single 2001 Lincoln, low lease rates, and Lincoln will even make your first payment. The LS from Lincoln.
Great drama unfolding at Center Court, Wimbledon on this warm Tuesday afternoon, Ladies' Day. Jennifer Capriati and Serena Williams are engaged in a grass court war.
Well, Serena was upset in 5-3 and then lost 12 of the next 13
15.
points. Jennifer still looks fresh as a daisy out there. She looks like the second game of the match. It shows her high fitness level.
Her mind right now, Capriati is
15.
thinking, I don't want a tie break.
No, but she's also thinking, I've got to win this set, because if I go into a third set, you know, I'm in better shape. I think I'm in match better shape. I think I'm in physical better shape.
Capriati also, Chris, when you think she knows, hey, I can break here. Not only do I get to that third set, but I serve first.
If she doesn't get broken first, which has been the pattern. A lot of breaks this match. Knows she had an opportunity there for a passing shot.
31.
This drop volley was too good. Just won a lot of points off that drop volley. Do you notice?
Serena's showed some
Likes
great
that
touch
shot.
at net.
Yeah. The ball just dies when it hits the grass, so it's a good play. This shot. You go either way, she just nails it cross court. She wants it bad.
30-14.
Looks like Jimmy Connors out there. Is it Jimmy Connors or Jennifer Capriati out there?
Well, now Capriati has a set point. This isn't enough. After nearly 2 hours, there'll be another set on center court Wimbledon. These two premier women in an intense battle, and now it's one set apiece.